What's going on, guys? If this is the first video that you've seen from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure that you put the notification on and like this video. I'm gonna try to help you guys out as much as I can, so let's get right into it. I will try to be 110% honest with you because I wish that somebody was this honest when I was researching stuff on YouTube. So first off, obviously you clicked on the video because of the title. How is it working as a delivery driver for Amazon? Okay, so I'm gonna try to walk you through the steps of a daily thing, you know. So first things first, I work for a DSP for Amazon. Basically, a DSP is a company, a sub company that works or is partnered with Amazon in delivering packages. And right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you this: your experience is gonna be either a lot better or a lot worse depending on your DSP. Remember what I'm saying. A lot of the experiences are gonna be different in a better way or in a worse way depending on your DSP. So before I run into the whole thing, let me tell you a quick story. So before I got hired for the DSP that I'm currently with, I'm not gonna say any names, I'm not gonna say anything like that because, you know, your boy gotta pay some shit. First things first, I went to an interview for a DSP within the same station that I'm currently in. The DSP was offering me $12 an hour, which was horrible. I'm currently getting paid a lot more than that for the DSP that I'm with within the same station. So the way that my DSP works is that we start at 10 and you finish until you finish. Most of the time you will get paid 10 hours for working, for example, 6 hours or 7 hours. This is kind of how your day is going to look. You're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna travel to your destination. Sometimes you might travel 10 minutes, sometimes you might travel 40 minutes. It all depends on where your DSP meets up in the morning. So basically, they're gonna send you a location, which is a parking lot close to the station that you're gonna be loading all your packages in. Then you're going to leave your personal car at the parking lot and you're gonna get the keys in a bag. You're gonna get the keys in a bag for your van that you are assigned the day that you work. Once you get to your van, you're gonna log into Amazon Flex and you're gonna log into Mentor. What basically those two apps are: the Mentor app is basically, they track you. I don't know if every DSP does it. Like I said, I can only speak for my DSP. I don't know if every DSP is the same thing or maybe there's some slight differences. But for my DSP, we log into Mentor, and that's basically how they track your driving record or your driving, your daily driving record, meaning your speeding, meaning your distractions, you know, your braking and all that stuff. My DSP has a company goal for the day. Basically, if, for example, the goal is going to be 780, you have to get above 780 for that day, you know, to basically stay in the green zone. And then in the green zone, it's basically the benefit area, which you're gonna you're still gonna get your 10 hours. If you don't work your 10 hours, you're gonna get a lot of those extra little benefits that, for example, somebody that might not be driving as good as you, they're not gonna get, if you kind of get what I'm saying. What Amazon Flex is. Amazon Flex is basically the app that you're gonna be using all day to deliver packages. That's gonna tell you where to go, how many packages you have. It's gonna tell you basically the whole thing. It's like your Google Maps or your Apple Maps, whatever it is that you use on your regular phone. That's basically what the app does. So after you log into those two apps, you're gonna you have to do a pre-trip evaluation of your van, meaning that you have to go around the van, make sure that there's no damages done to the van. If you were off the day previous to that, there was somebody else driving that van, they could have done some damage to it, and you have to make sure that you go around it, you check it. If there is damages, you have to take a picture, you have to report it. If there's no damages, then you're good to go. Okay, so before I move any further, within that little bag that you're gonna get from your DSP in the morning, you're gonna have a piece of paper that looks exactly like this. You're gonna have a piece of paper that looks exactly like that, and this is gonna be basically what you're gonna be looking at every morning. And that basically what it's gonna be telling you. There's two things that you really gotta pay attention to. First is these bold letters right here, and then it's gonna be your staging area, which is gonna be basically when you go into your station where your packages are located. When you first start, pay attention, when you first start, you're gonna get nursery routes. Nursery routes are basically gonna look like this. Nursery routes are gonna be really light routes that they're just gonna give you to get the hang of everything. As you can see, my nursery route, one of my first nursery routes was 57 stops. And 80 packages. Now, when you've been there for a while, like I said, every DSP is different. So it might be a couple weeks, it might be a couple days, it might be a couple months. After a period of time of you being there, you're gonna start getting extra large vans, which are going to be taking you up to 7 to 8 hours of your day, which those vans are going to be the vans that you're going to be like, fuck, I gotta quit this job. So after you leave the parking lot, you're gonna go to your station. You're gonna basically load up all your packages that you have. You're gonna go into your station, you're gonna go to your staging area, which is what I just showed you in the paper, and you're gonna pull all your packages and you're gonna take it to your van. Now once you're loading, everybody loads different, so they have basically a sheet what bags go first. Usually for us, the bottom right one is always going to be the first one, and then the top left is going to be the last one. You're always going to want to load from the bottom first, and then the last one, you know, all the way at the last, because when you want to get to your first stop, your first bag, you want it to be as close as possible, so like that you knock it out the way. Like I said, this is my DSP. This is what I've picked up in the time that I've been there. Every DSP is different. Some DSPs might tell you to load from the top, and the last one is going to be the very bottom one. I don't know. But after you load your truck, like I said, at first you're not going to load too much packages. After a period of time, you're going to be loading so much packages that you have no way of putting any more packages behind that little ass van. But anyways, after you load up your van, you're going to go for your first delivery. So for your first delivery, it's basically like if you've ever done Uber Eats, if you ever done Instacart, if you ever done any of that stuff, you're gonna want to get your first package, and everything is so self-explanatory. The Rabbit, which is the phone that they give you, it tells you basically everything step by step. It's gonna tell you what package number, it's gonna tell you what area, where the house is located. Sometimes people are going to have notes on the packages, meaning like if they want you to put it in their backyard door, underneath a chair or something like that, then you have to follow those instructions. So now you're on your first delivery, you know, you're getting the hang of it, blah 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 blah. Okay, so on your first couple routes, you're gonna finish early. Some DSPs are gonna ask you to do a rescue. A rescue is basically, for example, if I have 300 packages that day and you have 80 packages to deliver that day, obviously you're going to finish before me. So after you finish your packages, they're going to be like, hey, you know, can you go help out G? He has about 180 packages left. Some DSPs are going to be like, hey, you know, they're going to give you a XX amount to help once you get there, so you already know what to take. And some DSPs are not going to give you a XXX amount to help, to basically help the other person. It's just going to be the other person telling you what you can take, or it's going to be a mutual agreement between you both. Now, like I said, the job itself, it's not super hard. You're delivering packages, and like I said, the rabbit does everything for you. The only thing you got to do is, once you get to your destination, you're going to scan the package, make sure that you have the correct address, double check, triple check, quadruple check if you can, that you have the correct address and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, if that was your package and it was delivered to a different part of town, you would be very upset, especially if it was something important that you've been waiting for a long time. So double check, triple check, quadruple check if you can, to make sure that you're at the correct address. The rabbit is going to do pretty much everything for you. When you get there, just scan the package. You're going to take a picture. Now, sometimes the rabbit is going to not make you take a picture, but 90% of the time, the rabbit is going to require you to take a picture. So just keep that in mind. I know the first time that I was delivering, like the first couple packages, it didn't require me to take a picture, and I was like, what was going on? Because the way that they taught me before I started working was that you're always going to be required to take a picture. But now that I've been there for a minute, a lot of the times it's not going to require you to take a picture, but most of the time it will. So my final opinion on whether you should work for Amazon as a delivery driver or not. So this is a difficult question to ask because I'm currently working there. And obviously with this coronavirus thing going on, it's very, very tough because you don't get ride-alongs, which is something that they provided for you before this whole coronavirus. Basically, you get to tag along with somebody that's already been there and they get to show you the ropes. Now they don't do that because you have to be 6 feet apart, and they don't allow that anymore. So you have to learn everything by yourself. Sometimes they have a week of training, sometimes they have 3 days of training, and after those 3 days or after that week, they send you out on your first nursery route. So it's very difficult. The first couple days is probably going to be a little confusing. Like I said, a lot of it is self-explanatory. The phone takes care of it for the most part. Do I recommend you working for Amazon? So, my personal experience, like I said in the beginning of the video, it all depends on your DSP. Your DSP is going to determine whether you have a good experience or you have a bad experience. My personal experience right now, like I said, I'm not going to name any DSPs right now because, you know what I'm saying, I need that money and I can't afford to not have a job right now. But I have a lot of mixed feelings about my DSP because there's good things and there's bad things. And when I say that, don't think that it's like, oh man, you know, that's not really an answer, that's not, you know, but it really is, because my DSP could work a lot different from the DSP that you might be working for soon, or the DSP that you're working for right now. I know some people start around 12. I know some people start around 5. I know some 5 a.m. I don't recommend it because I honestly don't think that they pay enough for the job that you're required to do and the hours that you're required to do. I don't think that it's a fair enough amount of money that they offer you to do that job. Honestly, that's just what I think. And there's a lot of things that you know, there's a lot of things that my DSP needs to work on before they get to 110%. Do I see myself staying with this DSP for a long time? It depends. It depends. If I see that I myself can move up within the company, I will most definitely stay. If I see myself not going anywhere within the next couple months, I don't think that this is going to be something that I'm going to be looking as a career, if you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like I said, every DSP is different. So the DSP that you are applying to or the DSP that you are doing could be different, and it could be better or it could be worse.